Okay, and we should be coming back up. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the questions. Open up for questions now. Looks like I've got someone with a question here. See, Ron, are you there? Ronald?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, it kept fading in and out all through the session.
Huh. Okay.
It would say the audio was disconnected, then it said it was going to reconnect, and then it connected, and you come back loud and clear, and then you go for about half a minute or so, and then you start fading out again on me.
That sounds like a connection issue, possibly.
Yeah. So sounds like most everyone's had a good connection or a great connection, so that must be something on your end. Did you have another question or another comment to make?
No, that was my problem because it sort of spoiled the seminar for me.
Okay, well, we apologize for that. I sure don't know what would be causing that. So
you think it's on my end on the computer?
It sounds like it may be your connection or something. Maybe
I thought I was connected all right.
Your connection may be having a problem. So,
well, we'll definitely get that video up on our EasyNetU website, Ron, for you, so you can go back and watch that.
Okay, I've got another connection from Tommy. Are you there, Tommy?
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh, okay. How's your audio connection?
Well, I'm doing fine with it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm on the telephone. I'm not using the computer speakers.
So, okay.
My question deals with multiple submissions of a website to search engines. Assume that we've done our thing and we think everything is hunky-dory and we submit the site to the search engines. We don't like the way it gets ranked, or maybe it doesn't even show up for 2 or 3 weeks, and we decide that maybe they have forgotten about us or maybe there was something wrong. We go in and make all of these changes to our meta tags and descriptions and page titles and things. Do we make the search engine mad by resubmitting that thing, or do we just need to sit by patiently and wait for their robot to find us again and make those changes for us?
Okay, well, there are a few things there. I'll address the first issue with resubmitting your site. There is a general use policy with the search engines to try not to waste their resources. So to be polite, you don't want to submit your site more than once a month, and even that's pretty frequent or pretty often. Really, once your site is out there on the search engines, their search engine robots are always going back and scanning your web pages, and they do that pretty frequently. So there's really no need after it's submitted on the search engines to keep resubmitting it, unless you're making some pretty drastic or major changes with your website. Now, if it's not on the search engines, if it's a first, or if it's a new site and it's never been on the search engines before, you'll submit it, but it could take anywhere from a couple days to 12 weeks, really. It just depends on the load. They could get over 1 million submissions a day, and it could take them a long time to filter through that. But generally it could take a few days. Just because it doesn't mean that there's a problem with your website. So I wouldn't treat your website as in there might be a problem with it, why it's not out there on the search engines yet.
The other thing that I've read is that varies. The answer to that question varies from search engine to search engines.
Yes.
Some don't care. They don't say that they'll even look at it or they'll use it. They may throw it in the trash can, but they say that they don't care. And there are others that definitely don't want you to do it. So,
well, one of the things you need to be careful with doing that is when you're submitting it from the same IP address over and over and over again. Because really, they're not going to penalize us for resubmitting a site as frequently as we could do it every day. Because otherwise, your competitors would be doing the same thing to try to get your site delisted from the search engines. But if you're resubmitting your site every quite frequently or too often, more than they suggest, and it's always being submitted from the same IP address, then you might have some issues where they might not rank your website very well, or they may not even accept any more submissions from your IP address. And we've actually had that happen here before. not from resubmitting a site over and over and over again, but submitting several sites the same day to the search engines can definitely get your IP address blocked for a period of time. So really, because again, our competitors would resubmit, our websites over and over and over again if they knew it would, get us ranked very poorly on the search engines. So those are some things you need to watch out for. And as far as your site not ranking well, just because it's not ranking well doesn't mean you want to resubmit it. You might want to go back and review the keywords and how optimized your web pages are as far as how often you're using those particular keywords. One of the things Bruce mentioned in one of our past webinars was, it's always good to go and take a look at some of the top competitors that show up under that keyword and see what they're doing. See how they're using the keywords, how frequently, where are they placing the keywords throughout their site, different things like that, and try to emulate some of that to try to compete more on the search engines with your competition. Eventually, if you keep working with it, you will gain rank on the search engines. And that's one of the things that, that's what the search engines do is, they have a listing that's competing websites with competing keywords, and whoever, is the best, and whoever keeps getting more traffic and keeps getting that traffic coming and stuff like that will keep rising in ranks. So.
The other thing you may want to know, some of these search engines send out their spiders to, once you're listed, to re-spider your site as often as once a week or once every 10 days. So you typically don't have too long to wait. So
right.
My opinion is don't resubmit once you get it listed, don't resubmit it.
Okay.
That's sort of my opinion. And like I say, it would vary from search engine to search engine, but I think you're probably the safest that way.
Yeah.
Any other questions there, Tommy?
No, that'll do it.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Got another question from Josh. Josh, for some reason I've lost his phone connection. So, Josh, if you're there, if you could type your question in, I'll pick it up. For some reason I've lost your phone connection. So, any other questions? Let's see. Here's a question. Okay, when you say update, are you talking about actual content or meta tags?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure what he means there?
If I'm talking about updating for the search engines, updating their information, they can update any of their information at any time based on any of your changes you make to your content or your meta tags.
Okay. His next question, is there any official submission process?
Yes. Each search engine has their own submission guidelines and submission pages where you need to go and submit. You can find them by just going to their search engines and either looking under their policies or doing a search for submitting a website, different things like that, and it should take you to a page that has their policies or their guidelines and a form that you can generally fill out to submit your site. Now, some of them are more complicated than that. For instance, with Yahoo, you have to actually go to their page and sign up as a user in order to submit your site through them. Google has a publicly available submission page, and so you can go there and fill out a form with their CAPTCHA image and submit your domain. Many of them are publicly available, but some of them do have requirements. So.
Okay. Do we have any other questions? So looks like we've pretty much gone through the questions that are up here on the question box, and I don't have any other hands raised. So, okay, one more from Ron. Went down. Changed his mind. Okay.
Well, let me just say one thing. We do have planned on our EasyNet University website some webinars upcoming. And one of those webinars is going to be covering search engine optimization. And it's going to be kind of a coverage of the different services that we do when we optimize a website for the search engines. And part of that will go through how to submit your site onto several search engines that include Yahoo, Google, MSN, which is now Bing, and also DMOZ, which is a free open directory listing. And so we will be covering that. If you have questions or if you're not sure how to submit your site, we will be covering that later on.
Okay, sounds good. Looks like we've pretty much wrapped everything up today. So we want to thank everyone for coming today. If you have any further questions or need any help as you work with these tools, please feel free to give us a call. Our tech support would be more than happy to help you. Just call our regular number at 208-356-8361. Or you can email to support@ez-nettools.net, and they would be more than happy to help you. So hope that everyone had a great day today, and we'd like to thank you for coming. So thanks, and we'll catch you at the next webinar next week. So what's our next webinar, Tyler?
I believe the next webinar is e-commerce and catalog part 1, which will cover the necessary steps of having a fully functional e-commerce website and setting up your payment options, shipping options, taxes, and so on. So it's going to be a great webinar.
All right. If you'd like to sign up for that, go out to easynetU.com.